Salutations footballers, back again with another video, and today of course it's time for another Champions League match review. So a lot of entertaining games, a lot of wins and draws, and some fair losses in that campaign. Today's match review, we're going to talk about Liverpool versus AC Milan. Finally, the Rossoneri are back in Europe. European nights, the true European nights that they are belong. Also, a Haller hat-trick for Ajax against Sporting, and some other games that I wish I would try to cover, like Real Madrid versus Inter, and of course, Bruges versus Paris. So with that being said, let's do this! Come on! Let's begin with the first game, which brought entertainment and enthusiasm despite the loss. It was Liverpool versus AC Milan, and finally AC Milan are back in Champions League nights for almost 7 years, since 2013-14, and it is quite a miracle and quite a long wait for us Milan fans, including myself, that we finally get to see AC Milan in the Champions League match for the first time, and against their bitter rivals throughout 2005 and 2007, that is Liverpool, which we already know, the Miracle Istanbul from 2005 and the Revenge of Athens in 2007, where Milan won their 7th, and that was the last ever Champions League title that Milan ever won. The game itself, it was incredible. This was Pioli's first ever Champions League campaign, and on the 9th minute there was some screw up from Milan where Tomori just scored an own goal. Sure, the own goal is warranted for Milan, but they did make everything up on the 42nd minute, where Ante Rebic scores a goal thanks to the assist of Leao, where Leao slides to Rebic and Rebic just scores it low pass to Alisson to the far bottom corner to equalizer for Milan, which they would make up the own goal that Tomori just made. And then on the 44th minute, after the end of the first half, Brahim just scored a tap-in goal to give Milan a 2-1 lead. It was going to be a cagey start for Liverpool because Mo Salah just missed a penalty, and that's where Brahim Diaz just scored a goal for Milan. Then, on the second half, things started to change as Liverpool started to gain momentum. They have pushed the tempo for the attack and defense, as in the 48th minute, Mo Salah just scored from the 48th minute with the assist of Divock Origi, where Origi just opens up the pockets of space to pass it up to Mo, and Mo shuts over at Mainan to the bottom corner to give Liverpool the equalizer, and also the defining moment for Liverpool in that game. Entertainment, and I was astounded from this goal, and that was on the 69th minute. No joke, Jordan Henderson just scored himself a goal from a corner kick thanks to TAA, where the ball just passes by Benacer, and then it hits to Jordan Henderson at first glance, and then he scores a very half volley as it skids to the bottom corner, where Mainan couldn't even reach it, and that was it. That was the game for the night, and it was, no doubt about it, it was a very entertaining game for both sides. But apart from Liverpool, Milan did very well in that game. They were almost going to take the game up to their sleeve. However, it ended up to Liverpool, which fired up their belly after that humiliation on the first half, and then in the second half it changes quite drastically for Liverpool. That's the power of gegenpressing. And Jurgen Klopp, I would like to give credit for him, and also Pioli himself. This was his first ever European night as well, and I was very entertained. I was so impressed with this game despite the horrible result, but I don't mind that one at all. I'm just happy to see Milan get through this far for almost a year now, and it will be a difficult challenge for Milan in the Serie A or even in the Champions League in the coming days, because Milan will face Juventus on Sunday or Monday, and Liverpool will have their own against in the Premier League, which will be coming on for Saturdays or Sundays, and also more games for them in the Champions League, because Liverpool either going to face Porto and Atletico, or and even goes to Milan. They were going to face Atletico on the next game, or either Porto. So I'm happy with the result. I'm happy with the game. I'm also sad with the result at the same time, but I'm still impressed and entertained with this game. And no doubt, it was a great game. No doubt, nevertheless. And my props goes to Liverpool and both AC Milan. So fair play. What a great game. The next game was beyond spectacular, where Sporting faces Ajax at home at the Jose Alvalade. But it was Ajax's night to rule over Lisbon, where Sebastian Haller delivers a three little hat tricks plus one against Sporting, which is quite an amazing feat for a striker like him, coming from Bayer Leverkusen all the way to West Ham, which didn't turn out quite well for him. But Ajax, he did step up, which I am really happy for him, and he did really put up a spectacle. And Ten Hag as well, with his tactics and mindset from the players, it was astounding. Sporting couldn't do anything about to stop Ajax's domination against them, and the Berghuis goal on the 39th was the icing on the cake for Ajax to stop Sporting and bite them off to dust for sure. And it is another great game, no less. Ajax were far better than anyone else, so it is quite a wonderful game to see Ajax getting much recognition and credit for this wonderful victory. And I'm really happy for Haller getting a hat-trick that he desperately craved for on a European night, which all stars are aligned for Ajax for sure on the next game. And I know this will be a long road ahead of them for sure, but it's gonna take a long while for Ajax to make way with it. And they also have a Eredivisie game against Cambuur on Sunday, which I will look forward to, and maybe, just maybe, if I can cover an Eredivisie match review, but who knows, it will be a wonderful start for Ajax this Champions League season. Commiserations for Sporting, but not as both as impressive or entertaining as those two games that I will gonna cover, as Real Madrid just won 1-0 against Inter. It was the same thing as Chelsea, honestly, where it lacks a bit of tension and bite from both Inter and Chelsea. Inter and Real Madrid, or even Chelsea, it was only just a stale win for Los Blancos, where Rodrigo scored on the 89th minute from the assist of Ed Camavinga, where Camavinga passes to El Rodrigo, where Rodrigo scores with a left-footed volley into the bottom right corner to give Real Madrid 1-0 the win. And of course, the game that I have tried to fully invest with, as Paris Saint-Germain faces Club Brugge away from home, and it is also Messi's Champions League night as a Parisian player on a Paris jersey. But it was a draw. It ended up in a draw from goals from Van Aken from Bruges and Ander Herrera on the 15th minute. It was a very stale game. It wasn't very entertaining. There were so many missed opportunities and shots on target from Paris and Bruges, where Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi tried everything to get some goals for Paris, but it wasn't enough. Ander Herrera goal isn't close to what they can get from, and the equalizer is the turning point for Paris, and for sure it's gonna be difficult for Paris, and especially they have a game on Ligue 1 against Lyon, and you know what team that I'm rooting for, and it's not gonna be the Parisian this time, because my allegiance will go for Lyon and Marseille, no doubt. Even though my admiration, my idolization with Messi is still growing, but I'm leaning towards the other side of the camp. for League in that matchup against Lyon. So this Champions League game for Paris, it was dull. Same goes to Real Madrid, it was very boring, and same thing to Chelsea. Despite the Romelu Lukaku debut goal, it was great, but it wasn't enough for me to please my appetite. And also the Bayern game, which really did put up a lot of humiliation, and same goes to Man United with the loss against the young boys there. A great Champions League season. We're going to look forward to next week, so look forward to that one. So, there you have it. That is my part 2 of match day 1 of the Champions League review. If you do find this video enjoyable, please do let me know. And also, give a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to notify for all the videos I'll be covering up every single week. And what do you think about the matches of Liverpool versus AC Milan, Ajax versus Sporting, Inter versus Real Madrid, and of course Spurs versus Paris? Let me know in the comments. And I'm gonna talk to you soon for all the videos I'll be uploading very soon. Bye!